Hello, welcome back to my channel. I am Heather Tiemann. I'm a realtor down here in the beautiful Lexington, Columbia area of South Carolina. And today we are going to be driving through Bluefield West, not to be confused with Bluefield, which is a neighborhood we have covered before on this channel. They are relatively close to each other and in the same area, but vastly different feels to each of these neighborhoods. But before we get started with that, you know what I'm going to ask. If you could please like and subscribe to my channel. We are just 2 subscribers away from my goal of 550 subscribers by the end of 2025. So we are almost there, and I'm so excited about that. I really appreciate all the love and support. Also, if you have not joined our Moving to Lexington Facebook group, there is so much valuable information in that group that you are able to utilize if you are considering a move to the Lexington, South Carolina area. We also cover other areas in that neighborhood group as well. So back to Bluefield West. As you can see here, Bluefield West does have a community pool, clubhouse, as well as playgrounds. They also have sidewalks on one side of the street, which I absolutely love when a neighborhood has the mindfulness to include sidewalks. One of the biggest things you'll note here that is different than the Bluefield neighborhood that you probably have seen 1,000 times is look at how much space is in between homes. They are, nicely spaced out. They're not right on top of each other. The roads are a good bit wider here. And this neighborhood actually has some pretty generous sized backyards. You guys already know how much I can't stand being right on top of my neighbor, so it is so nice when they are thoughtful and they space these homes out so your neighbors can't hear you yelling at your kids, because who wants to hear that? Nearly all the homes in this neighborhood also have at least 1/3 of an acre. Some have 1/2 an acre and over, so that means you're getting a very nice sized backyard as well as a pretty decent sized front yard as well. So for those that are looking for a community that has a community pool, it has the playground, it has the sidewalks, but you don't want to be right on top of your neighbor, Bluefield West may be a good option for that. And while it is newer construction, it has been built for a few years now, so you're actually starting to see some mature landscaping coming in. And I do really like the tree-lined streets in this neighborhood. As you may have noticed as I'm driving around in this neighborhood, it is very hilly. So you have homes all the way at the top of the hill, at the bottom of the hill. You're getting a lot of varying heights in this neighborhood for sure, which also can give you some pretty good views. So this home is zoned for Lexington 1 schools, including Carolina Springs Elementary, Carolina Springs Middle, and White Knoll High School. You're also going to have pretty decent sized homes in this neighborhood that range from the low 2,000 square feet all the way up to 4,000 plus square feet. So you're going to find homes that are a 3-bedroom all the way up to a 5-bedroom. And a lot of these homes actually have bonus rooms that could be utilized as a 6/4 bedroom situation. You're also just a couple of minutes away from shopping and restaurants in the Red Bank area of Lexington, where they're also building a new shopping center, which is going to have a Lowe's Foods, a Planet Fitness, along with a wide variety of other things coming to that shopping center as well. Another thing that you will notice as you're driving through here is that each house looks a little bit different. They're not all exactly the same house over and over and over again. There's a variety of colors and sizes of homes, so you do get a little bit of difference when you're driving through this neighborhood versus some of the other neighborhoods where it looks like the same house over and over and over again. This is a natural gas community, so many of these homes do feature some gas appliances as well as gas fireplaces, which is really nice. One thing I do want to note with this neighborhood is the homes are on a septic versus being public sewer, so you are able to save a little bit of money each month on sewer services. But please, please, please do not forget to pump out your septic tank, or else that can cause you a lot of issues. You should do that every 2 to 3 years. They say every 3 to 5, but I really recommend doing it every 2 to 3 years, or else you're going to run into some issues. The homes in this neighborhood range in the late 2010s all the way up to the early 2020s. So you have some homes that are built in, about 2015, 2016, all the way up till about 2021. So you actually getting pretty new construction while also getting the space in between homes and also large backyards. And you don't have to deal with all the construction around you, which I also find to be very convenient. If you are considering a move to this neighborhood, I do personally have a listing in here. It is 915 Bannockburn, and you definitely should check it out. It is a 5-bedroom, 3.5 bath, and is listed at $409. And speaking of price, homes in this neighborhood range in price from about the mid 300s all the way up to about the mid 400s, which that price point seems pretty good for the square footage that you're getting, the space in between homes, it being newer construction, as well as very large backyards. So this is Bluefield West. Tell me what you think about Bluefield West down in the comments below. I would love to hear about it. And if you are considering a move to South Carolina and you want to chat with me, my contact information is down in the description box below. I am always happy to answer any questions that you may have and maybe direct you in the right path of home ownership here. But until next time, I'll catch you next week. Bye!